Hi, I'm Stuart and welcome to SIRENNET Television. We're going to take a look at what Chris is up to in Studio 2. I believe he has a product from Whelen Engineering that he's in the process of taking apart. I'm sure the gang at Whelen are always nervous when Chris has got a screwdriver in his hand. I know I am. And the model number in question is the ION SV3R. Take it away, Chris.
Thank you, Stuart. I have here Whelen's new V-Series ION LED lighthead. The unit itself happens to be the surface mount, so with that it can be affixed to a grille, bumper assembly, canopy, push bumper, or even on a Stuart. The V-Series ION itself is a triple-purpose lighthead. It incorporates warning lights, takedowns, and a downward-facing puddle light. Before I get to those features, turn it on, light it up, show you how functional it is, I'm going to give you an inside look into what's behind this rough and tumble front polycarbonate lens. Give you a better look at what makes this unit what it is. Go ahead, slide the gasket on the back away. I'll remove 4 screws. Again, with Whelen, if you've watched some videos previously, they like to incorporate the Gore-Tex breathers. This is a breather that allows for condensation to clear itself from the inside of the lighthead. With exterior mount lights, condensation gets in day-to-day activities, washing the rigs. And when I say day-to-day, like us here in the Northwest, we have a lot of climate changes. We'll have a cold day, warm evening, or vice versa. And with that, when there's air inside, condensation can arise. So with the Gore-Tex breather, should it develop inside the lighthead, it'll clear itself right out when it gets some air traveling around it, or when you turn the unit on and it warms up on the inside. So it's nothing to fear should you ever see a bit of moisture develop inside your lighthead. So to get to the fun part, after that little tidbit, I'm going to go ahead, get these screws out of the way. With those 4 screws dropped and free out of the way, I can take off the front optic lens here. You can see it's a one-piece unit. It incorporates a black sealing gasket. And also, inside, it's got a total of 3 diffusers. And those help to intensify the output for the takedown diodes. So inside the V-Series surface mount ION, we'll have the camera zoom in here, give you a better look. You have a small linear portion which contains 3 diodes using Whelen's patented diffuser, 45-degree mounted, one on each side to give you a nice 180-degree spread of lighting. Centered here, you have a single diode partnered with one to the side here and to the side here. Those 3 diodes form the takedown function of the V-Series ION. So it gives you a nice blast of white light intensity to the front of the vehicle, the back, or the sides. On the bottom of the unit, again, you can see there's a series of diodes here. Those are the downward puddle light function. So with those, when you have your lighthead mounted, those are going to cast light downward from the unit. So you can use it to light up rears for tailgates, canopies, give you some front end lighting on the front push bumper side if you're working from the front of the vehicle, or if you have them around doors or fenders, you can use them for entry and exit lighting. Basically, it's up to you as the end user. You can wire them up however you want to get the functionality that you want from the 3 functions of the lighthead itself. Inside the unit here, you can see there are screws that affix the unit together. Unfortunately, the unit is basically put together as a one-time piece at the factory. So the screws assemble the aluminum extrusion, which affixes some diodes and also diffusers to it. But then in turn, it's internally epoxied to the inside of the unit here, also through its wiring harness, which is epoxied all the way through the cast housing. Again, show you it from the back end as well here. So after giving you a bit of an inside look, how it's put together, go ahead, put the front optic portion back on. You can put it on either way. Doesn't matter, the optics are the same. Go ahead, pull the gasket back. Reassembled. Lens is now nice and firmly affixed. So what I'll do now is give you a look at the functions of the lighthead. So to give you a better demonstration of the trigger wires, which there's a total of 6 of for the V-Series Ion, I have here in front of me the trusty old install guide, which will give me a chart showing each wire, its color coding, and the function that it does, and also to wire it either to a ground or to a lead source. So I have my black ground connected here. The solid red wire here activates the warning pattern. Go ahead and clip this on here. So you can see the unit itself offers nice head-on intensity as well as off access. Basically with this, you're getting a nice 180-degree spread of lighting. So if it's on the sides, the rear, the front of the vehicle, you're getting a lot more visibility all the way across. When the unit's on and flashing, if you take the white with violet, which is Whelen's scan lock wire, momentarily tap it to the 12-volt source, that will advance the flash pattern. The unit offers dozens of patterns, so I'm not going to go through them all. Go ahead, disconnect from the lead wire here, and I'll switch it over to another function. So if I take a look at the install guide here, if I take the white wire with the red tracing, put this to power, this will activate the puddle light function. You can see it activates the bottom-facing diodes, giving you a cast of downward lighting. To deactivate the feature, simply cut the power. To activate another feature, I'll go ahead to activate the takedown, which is going to be my white with black trace here. The unit itself, point it right at the camera here, blind you out a bit, you can see is very nice and potent. So even with the takedown activated, if you're on the scene wanting to get a bit more out of the unit itself, go ahead, put the red wire to power. That'll also activate the flashing. Or if you're wanting to, you can activate the takedown as well as the downward puddle light, and vice versa. Downward puddle light, red flashing, or if you want, you can have all three on together. Thanks for joining me on SIRENNET Television. I'm Chris, giving you an inside look at Whelen's V-Series Ion triple purpose LED lighthead. Back to you, Stuart.
Well, there you have it. Chris working hard in the studio and maybe occasionally getting interrupted. We love to have fun here at SIRENNET. Hopefully you've enjoyed it too, and thanks for watching.